At this time, we are here with Payaso, who is part of the infamous Dukes clique and the owner of Teen Angels Records. So, what's up, homie?
What's going down, Dennis? What's up to all the gente out there listening to this? It's your homeboy Payaso representing the Dukes clique, putting it down for Teen Angel Records. And let's do this. It's been a long time coming, homie.
Yeah. How did you ever get the name Payaso?
Well, like I said before, that was the name I had kind of growing up. My pops used to get mad at me for joking around or clowning around, making fun of things, making jokes or whatever. So it's like, what's wrong with you, man? You're like a clown, pinche payaso, you know? And the name kind of stuck growing up, doing my thing in the neighborhood. The homeboys, it just stuck with that. They used to call me payaso, paya, clown, clowner, And when I started rapping, I just, represented with that name. I didn't want to be like DJ so-and-so. I just said, fuck it, Payaso, because that's my name. That's what people know me by. And if you ever kicked it with me, if you ever, got drunk, smoked some weed, or just hung out right here at the studio or in the streets or at a club, whatever, that I'm one of the first motherfuckers to make fools laugh. Being friendly, being a homie, being cool, kicking back, cracking jokes, and never being too serious. But at the same time, I could always be serious, like if need be. So that's kind of how I got that name, Payaso.
When and how did you start rapping?
I started rapping. I used to work with my pops for Teen Angel Magazine. And I got used to, driving around to stores, hustling, and I started doing the swap meets, outside swap meets. I used to do them right here at the East Street swap meet in San Bernardino, which is the Orange Show swap meet, and the Bel Air swap meet in Bloomington, and the Indio swap meet. That's where I met Gil Solis, owner of G&P Records, and at the time he didn't even have any records out. He was just hustling Tomas's stuff, and he told me if he was planning to put out a record called the Brown by Nature CD, if I knew any rappers, and I heard the music, I was like, man, I could do this, no problem, So just went ahead and drove up to Las Vegas, because that's where he was staying at the time, and got in the studio for the first time ever. Did a song called You Know How We Do It. I was a little nervous, and basically, that was the first time I ever recorded officially in the studio. I used to fuck around with the homies on cassettes, little cheap Radio Shack mics and shit. And everything I've ever recorded in the studio has always been released. I have a few tracks that haven't come out, but I'm planning on one day putting out all my old school unreleased bootleg shit. But that's how I got started rapping.
How did you meet your Dukes clique partners back in the day?
Basically just homies, in different hoods, just around the way. I'd bump into fools and I'd tell them, I'm rapping, and I've met a lot of different guys who all wanted to do it, and a lot of them were homies from my neighborhood, a lot of them were homies from other neighborhoods, and the only ones who were serious enough to actually come down and sometimes pitch in out of their own pocket for studio time, because at the time there wasn't really no money being made. We were just, a lot of people think you get in the rap game, you get rich. That's not how it goes, man. You got to pay your dues. And we were driving, to Yuma, Arizona, doing shows, Salt Lake City doing shows out of our own pocket. Nobody was paying us, and that's how we got our name out there. Monster and Wicked are my homies from back in the day. And I met them through my brother Smiley, and they're from Bassett. And I met Pelon also through a couple of their homies. He's from La Puente, which is like Bassett's enemy, and that's like a lot of the reason why a lot of new Dukes Clique songs haven't been made, because of inner drama, inner beef. Also, Little Whisper, who's also from La Puente, he's from Blackwood Street. He's also from the Dukes Clique. Travieso, who's from Fontana, CAK, and I met him, you know, he was dating one of my Highness homegirls, and that's how we plugged up. And he's kind of the reason why I started recording my own shit and started my own label, because he's like, man, I don't know why you're going to these studios. Just get a computer, blah blah blah. And that's how it all started. You know what I mean? Doing our own shit instead of doing songs for other people, which was cool to get started. We said, fuck it, let's do it for ourselves, you know. And all the homies from the Dukes Clique are real fools from real hoods, you know, who pay dues. You know, Smiley, I forgot about, you know, Smiley. He's also from the Dukes Clique. That's my brother. And we're from the same hood, you know, we rap together. But, you know, everyone just now, they're doing their family thing, or they got locked up and they just slowed down, you know. And a lot of fools, you know, they're really not, they're not too into the rap thing anymore. I mean, I try to get them on the mic, and they end up coming to the studio just getting drunk and high and fucking around playing Madden or something, going on the internet macking on bitches, and nothing ever gets done, you know. So that's kind of why the Dukes Clique albums haven't been rolling out like they used to.
Before we start talking about upcoming releases, I want to talk about some releases that has been released last year. Let us know more about the True Blue Gangsters album.
True Blue Gangsters is the first album, kind of like a group project, since the Dukes Clique and Duke of Earl, where I got all my homies, you know, in my studio, over beats provided by Low Profile Records. And, you know, Royalty hooked it up with the deal to get my records in stores, where I didn't have to answer to nobody and conform to anybody's sound except mine. I wanted to do my thing, and that's what, you know, basically is going on. I'm making my records, representing for Teen Angel Records, and, you know, and it's just getting out there everywhere. You know, it's in stores nationwide through EMI Latin, the same people that put out Low Profile, Notorious Enemy, 310 West, a lot of up and coming labels. You know, and it's getting out there, and it's still slanging on the streets, you know, because we keep it real, we keep it true. That's what True Blue Gangsters is all about. You know, a lot of fools, you know, doing gangster rap, and they forget the main ingredient is you got to be from a gang. I mean, fools don't want to bump something of a fool who they could kick their ass. You know, they want something with some fools, real fools who pay dues and, you know, get respect. And that's what we try to do, man. Give you the real shit, you know, that you can relate to. And that's what True Blue Gangsters all about. We got some heat on there. We're trying to step it up next level, you know, but still keeping it real without, you know, selling out, you know, sporting braids or, you know, sagging our pants. You know, we keep it West Coast, but at the same time, we keep it cholo, we keep it sureño, we keep it bald-headed, creased down. You know what I mean? That's all we do, and I don't care how much money we make. That's what we're always going to be like. That's how we keep it. True Blue. That's what it's all about. Ever since Payaso, True Blue, and the first album, Southside Story, that's the formula. That's how we keep it.
Cruising Oldies Volume 3.
Cruising Oldies Part 3, yep. Part 1 was a classic, man. It was just some underground shit, you know, getting drunk and high and flipping oldie beats with the homies. And honestly, I just slapped it together, and that turned out to be one of my most successful records. I pressed it myself. You know, I sold almost 10,000 units on the streets, no distribution, no nothing. And, I mean, people were just feeling it. And so I decided to do another one, Part 2, and same thing, man. People were feeling it even more. I like that one even more. Part 3, I kind of rushed it. I put it out quick, but even, you know, what I try to do is I try to give the people quality, man. Some on-beat raps, some clean production, and some gangster shit. You know, I try to give people, you know, the best of both worlds. And, you know, some people don't like it. I can't please everybody. Fuck it, whatever. You know, but my people, my fans, my gente, real Southsiders, real Chicano Rap fans feel it, and that's who I do it for. I don't do it for no haters. I do it for the people who like my music, and I'm going to keep fucking doing it forever, as long as I can. Cruisin' Oldies Part 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, fuck it. Until I feel I'm too old. I ain't going to do it no more. I'm going to be 50 years old still rapping. I'll be putting out the little homies, you know what I mean? And that's been my rule since day one. If I blow up, I ain't going to be the only one. I'm taking all my homies with me, and whoever wants to roll, fuck it, hit me up. Let's do it. because I ain't no hater. I want everyone to come up. And that's what it's about, man. We can't keep hating on each other, holding each other down. Let's just fucking blow up. You know, take this shit to the next level.
The next Teen Angels release is a compilation called Sureño Style. Let us know more about that project.
It's basically like True Blue Gangsters Part 2. This one, I didn't have to rush it as much, so I think there's even more heat on this one than True Blue Gangsters. True Blue Gangsters was a good album. The store release, there was a couple flaws in the actual mix down and the mastering, but you know, the street release, we fixed that, and then this one is all me as far as production and recording, and all the homies, Travieso, Mr. One, Lil Gibby. We got a couple new homies on there, Baby Toker, who's my nephew Frankie from the neighborhood, and Lil Bouncer from the Moreno Valle area, and just a couple different homies. You know, I try to put new fools up on game, and I figure out if the people like it or not. And you know, me and Travieso are still constantly in the studio. He's always hyping me up. Mr. One's always hyping me up to do new shit and don't sleep. You know, and that's the main ingredient to staying successful in anything, not just Chicano rap. Anything you do, just don't lag. I mean, whether it be fucking, you know, midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, just get it done. And that's what it's all about. Sureño Style, representing the blue rag way of life. I mean, it's everywhere. It's not just in Southern California. We got homeboys all over representing for the sur side. I mean, it's big, you know what I mean? And to me, it's not just a style, it's a way of life. And you can't just quit it, man. You can't just stop sporting the blue rag. I mean, if you blow up, you got to keep it real. Where you started, that's how you end. I mean, you got to keep it real all the way through. And that's what I try to do. True Blue, Gangsters, Sureño Style. I still got a couple more projects coming out. Sureño Style's in stores everywhere, February 21st. So make sure you check that out.
Travieso is supposed to release Tales from the Sixth Side Part 2 this year. You just added an exclusive track to his MySpace.com account, but let us know more details about the album.
Yeah, we're already causing a little controversy with the, you know, I was one of the first fools to do it, you know, with the Buster Killer songs. And really, I mean, a lot of people, especially in Southern California, don't realize the importance of it. But in Northern California and out of state, Sureños, which is what we are catching a lot of heat, man. I mean, we're literally, you know, by the cops, by busters, everybody. They're trying to lock us up and they're trying to bury us because we're getting deep, we're getting strong, we're getting bigger. I mean, I don't condone this way of life. I mean, you know, I make rap music. You know, I'm still gangster, and I always will be. If I get locked up, I'm a Sureño, I'm a Southsider. That's on my bang. You know, I can't PC up. I got to keep it real because this is what I rap about. This is what I represent. But I mean, there's homies out there living it every day. You know, getting killed, getting locked up, and I mean, you got to realize it's a serious way of life. And up north, it's like we're deeper than in these buster hoods than a lot of these Norteño gangs are, and they're getting mad, so they're making songs about us, they're clowning us, they're dissing us, and a lot of us never get to hear it, but since me, I'm on the internet a lot, I get to see a lot of that shit, and a lot of the homies, a lot of the fans are like, hey, Payaso, man, you guys got to start dissing these fools. They're making songs about Sureño rappers, they're making songs about calling us scraps, this and that, and disrespecting us, and you're just letting it ride, you know, and because the homies down here don't see that. So I make those songs for those homies out there on the front lines representing, you know, in enemy territory, putting it down all day, every day. Where we're just going to the store, you can get killed. You know what I mean? I mean, that could happen in L.A. or i.e. in San Diego, of course. But I mean, basically, you're out there when you're wearing a blue shirt. You're basically walking around with a target on your back, and it's for the cops to fuck with you, or for busters to fuck with you, you know. So I make those songs, and that's what I make them for. And you know, that new song, Busters Get Clacked, is a response to busters running their mouth, man. You run your mouth, you're gonna get clacked. I mean, you're gonna get cracked, hopefully you just get cracked. You just get your ass kicked. But if that don't work, you get cracked, And that's really what that is. And that's going to be on Travieso's Six Side. Tales from the Six Side Part 2. I personally helped Travieso on Tales from the Six Side Part 1, which I think was one of his best albums. Six Side Rider was hot too, but I mean, this one is just going to be his best one ever. And if you ain't heard the homie Travieso, he's pretty hot. He's representing. He puts it down, and he got a cool little fan base, and he's definitely trying to step it up next level, but he still keeps it true just like we do.
What?
So be sure to check out for that one. Coming probably April. I don't have an exact release date because the album's not done yet, but just tune in to CalifaRap.net or cdguys619.com or SureñoRap.com or wherever you go to get the news on that.
Whatever happened to the Teen Angels DVD? I know a lot of people are really waiting for that one.
Trust me. You know what? There's been a lot of DVDs dropping, and I've been really tempted to just come out with what I got right now. I got about 12 music videos that ain't never been seen by nobody. A couple fools might have seen it, little snippets of it on my MySpace or on Chicano Rap, little pieces of it. But, I mean, I got so much footage because I've been to so many fucking different places. I mean, I haven't been to Japan or Europe yet, but, I mean, we've been all over the states, all over the hood right here in Southern Cali and, everywhere, man. Idaho, Washington, Utah, Arizona, Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, New York, everywhere, man. And there's bald-headed fools, creased up, wearing the blue rags wherever we go, and they all love our music. They like to bump oldies, they like to bump Chicano Rap, and they support Payaso and the Deuce Click and Teen Angel Records and anything we do. So that's who I make my music for, and that's what I want to make sure my DVD's tight, just like with my music, man. I don't want to just drop any old crap, It might not be the best shit you ever heard, but it's definitely going to be your money's worth, And that's what I always try to give people, their money's worth. I don't want people to get a bad taste, like when they buy the CD, like, fuck, that shit was whack. I ain't never going to buy that shit again, I want people, when they get my product, they say, all right, hell yeah, there's a couple jams on there I like, or they like the whole fucking thing, or whatever. And the DVD is going to be the same way from start to finish. You're not going to be disappointed. You're going to get some quality shit, and that's definitely what I want to give them, and that's why I've taken so long to put it out. And I'm not only going to drop that, I'm going to drop one of all music videos and one of behind the scenes footage, gangster shit, homies fighting, hyenas, cars, all that too, and interviews. So I got a bunch of shit planned, man. And one of my first DVD drops is just going to be like my albums. I'm going to put one out every, few months. So, got a bunch of shit we're working on. So, keep through chat for that right there. Teen Angel Gangsters, the DVD, coming real soon. And, Teen Angel, records, all the music videos and all that is going to be on there. It's not going to be no whack shit, dog. You're gonna like it. It's going to give you an inside look and to what we do here every day. I mean, you came down to Cali, you've seen what goes down as far as the Chicano Rap game, and you're going to see it even deeper when you watch this DVD. It's like not just the rap game, some of the gangster shit and just behind the scenes shit, partying, kicking it, all that. That's how we like to do it. Ain't no fun if you can't have fun. So that's what we do, man. We like to party, party behind us. Low ride, gang bang, whatever the fuck. That's what we do. It's going to be all on that DVD, so check it out.
What else can we expect from Teen Angels in the future? Some people wanted me to ask for any solo albums from the Dukes Click members.
Man, I've been begging the Dukes Click to give me a solo album forever, man. But like I said, it's hard enough to get them to do one verse on a song, let alone do fucking 13, 15 songs or whatever, So as far as a solo artist from the Dukes Click, the soonest one you're probably going to see is the Little Whisper album, which you probably heard a million times before. But, I mean, I got to blame my brother Smiley for that. That's his project. And, otherwise that shit would have been out already. Little Whisper from the Dukes Click, definitely about 95% done. Little Gibby from the Youngsters is about 95% done. These are just street albums, though. You won't see these in the big stores. You have to buy them online or at the swap meet or whatever. The Youngsters, Juvenile Delinquents, that album's about halfway done. There's a lot of inner beef with the Youngsters right now as far as Flyboy Gibby and Mr. One. And so these fools, I mean, they ain't got no beef with me, trust that. I mean, they're just like, they're not really feeling each other right now, so, you know, they don't want to get in the studio together, so I have to get one at a time. They're all trying to do their own thing. They all want to be the star, you know, so it's kind of hard to work with a group like that. But as far as the Dukes Clique, I don't have that problem because they're all real motherfuckers, and they give a fuck about money. They give a fuck about fame. They just rap to represent their hoods, represent their names. And that's what they put it down for. I want to do a Monster album, and I want to do a Smiley album. The homie Wicked's probably down to do it too, but that's probably far off, you know. But maybe a Monster and a Smiley sometime, maybe by miracle this year, if not next year. But you know, Payaso's in the studio all the time. I'll make it happen. Payaso. I want to do another Mosca album. Lucky's locked up, so you won't see another album from that fool for a minute. I mean, you know, we're one of the first labels, one of the only labels, if you look, the same motherfuckers from back then are still on the team today, because I try not to rip nobody off, I try not to do nobody dirty, and, I mean, like I said before, fools get in this game thinking they're going to get rich. This ain't the right game for you, homie. This game's all about hard work and hustle, and, that's what I'm good at, and that's what I like to do, so if you think you're gonna get rich being in Chicano Rap game, you might as well just give it up now because it ain't gonna happen, not for a long time. You know, I do this shit, you know, to put music out there that's worth bumping and to represent for the Stool side, for the South side, for all my homeboys locked up, all my homeboys on the calles, on the streets, putting it down because that's what I make the music for, and that's why the homies who are down from day one, which is Smiley, my brother, Monster, Wicked, Belon, Little Whisper, Little Popeye, and Travieso, are still on the team to this day, even though they're not rapping or whatnot. We're still kicking it, we're still partying, we're still doing our thing in the hoods, you know, at nightclubs, whatever, car shows, concerts. We're still out there, we're still making it happen, and they ain't going nowhere. It's just, you know, they just doing their real life thing, you know, their family thing, because the rap shit, you know, just ain't cutting it for them.
Your family is responsible for the Teen Angels magazine. Let us know how that has developed from the early days till now.
Basically, Teen Angel is my dad. That was his nickname growing up, and he's originally from this area, the Inland Empire area, and he was an artist. He used to draw lowrider cars, and you know, he's always been into the Barrio lifestyle, the Pachuco lifestyle, and he used to send in artwork to Lowrider magazine, which at the time was in San Jose, up north, and they offered him a job, so he moved up there and worked with them, and when they got big advertising from Budweiser, they said, you know what, Teen Angel, or they called him Angel, we don't need no more of this gangster shit, no more graffiti, no more sureños, no more this, no more that, you know, just try to tone it down. And my pops didn't want to do that because at that time, all the fans, all the kids were buying the book. You know, they wanted to see themselves in it. They couldn't afford no fancy rims and hydraulics and candy paint and all that. This was in the, you know, in the 70s. You know, just poor homies from the neighborhoods and you know, fixing up their little old Chevys or whatever. So he felt, you know, he could make his own magazine and let the homies represent the way they wanted to represent, and that's what he did. He started with Teen Angels and made Teen Angel magazine, and started selling it at all the swap meets and all the liquor stores where they sold Lowrider magazine, and you know, that's how it got started. And when you know, when I was a kid, I was just, you know, just a kid, you know, growing up, you know, right here in the Inland Empire area in San Bernardino and Rialto, you know, going to school, and I made all the mistakes everybody else makes in this area. You know, there's a lot of drugs around here, there's a lot of gangs around here, there ain't a lot of money, And just like in the Chicano Rap game, in the magazine game, it was the same way. Starting out, there ain't a lot of money, you know, so we struggled for the first few years, and then, you know, my pops was out hustling to make a living, so me and my brother were on the streets, you know, just to kill time, and we chilled with fools around us, and our neighbors and our friends were all gang members, and that's what we were raised around, and that's how we came to be. And then around the time we became teenagers and were old enough to drive, our pops decided it was time for us to start working with them, and we started delivering the magazines, and you know, and that's how I got started, like I said, in the rap game. I was only doing the magazine game for about maybe 2-3 years before I started doing the rap game. I was about maybe 19 years old when I met Gil, and I'm 27 now, just turned 27, so about 8 years deep in the rap game. As far as putting it down for Teen Angel Records, we're about, I don't know, 5 years, 5-6 years we're going on now, 6 years, fuck. And this is all I do, man. I don't bag groceries. I don't fucking fix cars. I don't sell dope, you know, anymore. But you know, this is what I do, dog. This is it. You just make Chicano rap music, slang it on the internet, slang it to stores, and I sell everybody's shit, not just Teenager Records, everybody's shit. You know, so that's how it goes, man. And I started with SureñoRap.com, which at the time was one of the only sites doing Chicano rap music. I think back then there was the homie Shorty J out of Santa Maria. He had one called LatinRapDistribution.com, and it was just me and him for the longest. And then CalifaRap.com came up. I bought them out. ChicanoRap2G.com came up. I bought them out, and then basically in the last couple of years, everybody started jumping on the bandwagon and started doing rap shit. And I mean, I'm happy as hell, man, to see, because back then when I started, man, no stores gave a fuck about Chicano rap. No stores. I'd have to practically beg stores to take Chicano rap CDs. Now they're begging me to bring them the new shit, and that's what I like about it, you know. When I first started out, I'd sell to a few stores, and they'd sell out instantly. I'd leave them a 30 box on Friday. They'd be calling me on Monday. We sold everything, you know. So the game has grown a lot in the last couple of years, and I think a lot of it has to do with the websites like yours, you know, eBay, all that, like LimeWire and Kazaa and fucking BearShare and all that shit, because fools who never heard Chicano rap listen to it, and a lot of homies who aren't even Chicano bump it because they realize this is some real gangster shit. I mean, real gangsters are making it. Almost every label pretty much started out as, you know, just homies from a neighborhood rapping, and they just decided to make it official, make it legit, started pressing their own CDs and slanging them, and that's how we all met each other, you know. I've done business with pretty much every Chicano rapper, pretty much all of them. I've met them all, and I've done business with them in some way, shape, or form, you know, not that I recorded them or anything, you know, maybe I, you know, bought some of their CDs or whatever, helped them push it, put it on the internet. And I mean, years ago, nobody realized the importance of the internet. They just thought, who the fuck goes on there? You know, computer geeks or whatever. But everybody got a fucking computer now, and thanks to that, they can hear our music instantly. They could see our pictures. They could, you know, hear our gossip, our rumors, our beef, all that good shit. So it's cool, you know. It takes a little getting used to. Like, as soon as something happens, you get 100 motherfuckers calling you, did you hear this? Did you see that? Did you hear this? You know, but at the same time, I look at it as promotion, so fuck it, it's all good.
You guys also started printing the Latin Rap Magazine. What can we expect from that in the future?
Well, we already did 3 issues of the Latin Rap Magazine. The first one had Capone on it, which caused some controversy. Then we had Creeper and Metal on number 2, and everyone, you know, that was back when Creeper was first starting out. And the third one, we had Low Profile, which also caused some controversy, and Mr. Shadow on the front cover of that one too. So we're 3 issues in it deep. We're already working on number 4 and 5. We're planning on dropping those at the same time. So, you know, get your ads in if you want to get your music out there, or, you know, clothing company, whatever the hell you do, you want to put that shit out there. I mean, we sell thousands of magazines, and a lot of people who still can't afford computers, I mean, to get the gossip, to get the beef, to figure out what's hot, what's not, what's new, what's old, they still rely on magazines. And, you know, in our line of work, that's what we do, man. It's just like with CDs. You got to keep putting out magazines, all the time. And right now, Teen Angel Magazine is hotter than it's ever been. I mean, it's cleaner than it's ever been. We got more pictures of fine hyenas, more pictures of tatted down homies, so everybody, checks those out. The tattoo magazines are hot as fuck, too, man. My brother just did the Pomona Tattoo Convention and blew that fucker up. Took a gang of pictures and everybody was jogging, so that was tight. Latin Rap Magazine, we're also thinking about doing Feed My Hyenas Magazine, Brown Pride Magazine, bunch of different shit. My brother's crazy with the magazines like I am with the CDs. I'll try to drop at least, between 6 to 10 albums a year. My brother will probably do the same on magazines. So, that's how we do it, man. We're hustlers, to the heart. We don't sit around and, bitch if shit ain't working out. If things aren't working out, we get off our ass and get it out there. That's what all these rappers and all these labels and all these up and coming got to realize is ain't no one gonna push your shit like you can. So instead of just sitting around and bitching and crying and hating, just get off your ass and go make some fucking money. Because in the long run, that's what it's all about, man. Paying your bills and taking care of your familia and putting yourself on the map. That's what we do.
Other magazines out there are Chicano Rap Magazine or Hood Times Magazine. What do you think about them?
I think that's cool, man. I mean, it's not really like the rap game, where there's like hundreds of rappers and hundreds of labels. There's only a few magazines, and I respect them because I realize how hard it is to try to make it in the rap. I mean, in the magazine game is even harder than the rap game because in the rap game, you basically got to come up with a couple G's to record an album and press 1,000 CDs and run around there and try to get it out there. But magazines, it's very expensive, and a lot of people don't want to pay to advertise, especially in a new magazine they never heard of. And trust me, it's a lot harder than the record game. Even though, believe it or not, I mean, as far as the magazine game goes, I just help my brother really push it out there. That's really, Smiley's thing. That's what he does. Let them do their thing. I mean, I ain't got nothing bad to say about them. I'll just tell you one thing, it's fucking hard. But luckily for us, our pops started it back in 79, so we got 25-year head start on all these guys. And I know our magazine outsells them, and it's not hate, that's just the truth. We print more, we sell more. The stores will tell you that, the fans will tell you that. It's not, that we're better, and it's just because we've been around longer. And just like how we are in the record game, we're down to help anybody or work with anybody that wants to, make some money and got some ideas. Same thing with the magazines. We ain't haters. If you guys want to do something, hit us up. If not, fuck it. Good luck. Do your thing.
Some people were really wondering about that you have clicked up with royalty and low-profile records. So let us know the inside scoop on that.
Well, royalty, he's never really done me wrong. A lot of fools, I've seen a lot of hate on the internet. Is he pimping you? Is he this and that? I mean, I'm a fucking grown man. Ain't nobody pimping me, And he's a grown man, and he's a smart motherfucker, man. I mean, he's one of the first to really be an independent Chicano rap label, if you think about it. I mean, there was Familia Records. Murray started that. He's black. Cliff Richie put out Lighter Shade of Brown. He's black. Proper Dose was from Scandalous, which I think was a black guy and a Chinese dude. Low Profile was the first Chicano-owned label, and I respect his hustle to the fullest. A lot of fools question, his credibility, this and that. The way I look at it from a business standpoint, the motherfucker's a hustler. His product sells. He's worked with damn near everybody in the game. A lot of the fools that hate on him at one time or another were riding with him, recording with him, partying with him. So, he's just, a lot of people can't deal with, his personality. He's the type of guy, if you're lagging, if you're bullshitting, he'll speak up. He'll be, hey, homie, get off your ass, let's do something. And a lot of fools can't handle that. And, but I'm a hustler myself, so, if the homie wants to make some money and he's letting me make my music the way I want to make it and putting it out there in places it's never been, I'm happy as fuck, you know what I mean? As far as clicking up, I mean, the way you say clicking up, it's like neighborhood shit. Like, you know, Low Profile Records is a business. Teenage Records is a business. My neighborhood is West Side Verdugo. You know, we don't click up with anybody except West Side Verdugo. You know, it's like gang shit is one thing, record business is another thing. You know, it's like, you know, if I left everything up to gang rules, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of this shit. I mean, because, you know, I work with fools from LA County, from San Diego County, from Orange County, San Gabriel Valle, San Fernando Valle, all different areas. And I'm from the IE, you know. I could have came out just as the IE record label, but I would have limited myself, you know. I just want to let fools know, you know, out here in IE it's just as crazy as it is in every other hood. I mean, a lot of fools think that, you know, everyone's like, yeah, man, nobody's crazy. Everyone knows. I don't care where the fuck you're at. There's fools out there who are bigger than you, that are stronger than you, that'll kill you in a heartbeat for nothing. And I mean, that's just the way it is, man. There's crazy hoods everywhere, and you know, it's like just being a young Chicano, being a young minority in the streets of Southern California is tough, man. It's fucking hard to come up to, you know, get a job, pay your bills, all that shit. And Chicano Rap is an outlet, man. The homies bump that shit because they like it, they feel it. They're tired of supporting, you know, all these black rappers who could give a fuck less about them. You know, I mean, no hate, you know, I'm not racist or anything like that. Just, you know, I'm just tired of it, man. I mean, fucking Mike Jones and Chameleonaire and fucking Paul Wall, I mean, they're in Houston, man. I make music for bald-headed motherfuckers who listen to oldies and gangster rap. You know, I used to listen to the old school gangster rap, but, you know, the fucking Tupac, Dre, Eazy-E, all that shit, you know. And to me, Low Profile Records reminds me of that old school style of music. They make good music, you know, they're not whack, they make tight beats, and fuck it, you know, that's what we do. Teenage Records is our own thing, you know. Payaso is his own man. I work with whoever the fuck I want to work with. I record whoever the fuck I want to record with, and that's it, you know what I mean? And if I thought Royalty was a bitch, I wouldn't fuck with him. You know, you know, I through my personal dealings with him, I know that he's not. I know if somebody was talking shit to his face, they'd get fucking slapped or beat the fuck up, you know what I mean? But, you know, because that's what a real man would do. Any real man would, not just a gang member. I mean, would you let some fool talk shit to you? I mean, nobody would, you know? Even if you fucking lose, you're going to try. You're going to go out like a man. Fuck it. You get your ass kicked. Fuck it. Just be a man. You know what I mean? And, you know, Royalty has never done me dirty. I get paid pretty well, you know, with the music I do with him. And I'm satisfied, man. And until something better comes along, this is where I'm going to be. Period. You know, you can either like it or hate it. I don't give a fuck. I'm doing this to pay my bills and not make anybody else happy. And the only people I care about making happy is my fans. I mean, I give a fuck about the haters or whatever everybody else got to say. That's why I do. That's why I got in this game, you know, to make good music, to make some money, and represent. And I think I've been doing that. So there it is there.
Mr. D is dissing Low Pro all the time and has also done a couple of undercover disses to you, like saying, "Are you true blue? You can't be hanging with those lames."
Yeah, I've heard them all, man. I've heard all that, you know, on the net, on the songs. But what a lot of people don't know, like I said, is, like I said, I work with everybody. I mean, Mr. D disses Low Pro disses Mr. D, blah, 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 nothing ever happens. I mean, I hear, oh, the Low Pro didn't show up to this show, or Royalty chased Mr. D in his car, this and that. I mean, the way I look at it, beef is when you can't fucking walk out the door without a fucking gun by your side. I know if I see Mr. D, that ain't the case. You know, every time I see him, he keeps it cool with me because, you know, the real recognize the real. If somebody wants to do harm to me, my family, or friends, I'm going to do harm to them, and that's just the way it is. And I'm sure he's the same way. Dissing on a song, the old saying, words, sticks and stones, all that bullshit. Well, it's true, man. I mean, if somebody really wanted to hurt Payaso, they can come to Homie's Music and wait for me. They could catch me on the streets slanging CDs at one of your local swap meets. They could see me at a car show or at a concert. I'm there. I'm not at as many concerts and car shows as I probably should be. That's because I'm tired of doing shit for free. I mean, everybody wants to know if I'm going to be here or be there. I mean, fucking pay me. I'll fucking be there. I don't give a fuck. I mean, because if people know Payaso's going to be there, motherfuckers are going to show up. I do a lot of local shit, I'm at fucking nightclubs, I'm at restaurants, I'm fucking on the streets, at car shows, car club events, whatever. I'm not hard to find at all. Everybody knows my fucking phone number. And if somebody really had beef with me, all they had to do was call. And tell me where to meet and when. And that's not the case with Mr. D. To me, that's not real beef. Real beef is when you're fearing for your life, and when you see them, you better kill them or they're gonna kill you. And to me, this rap shit, it ain't real beef. It's just fucking hype. It's just promotion. I'm sure they don't like each other, and they're dissing each other, just like old school rap. I mean, you don't like someone, you're gonna diss them, you're gonna talk about them, whatever. I'm sure if they seen Royal and Royal seen them, there'd probably be some drama. Oh yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you can't talk all that shit and expect nothing to happen. But I'll tell you one thing, until somebody comes directly out and says, fuck Payaso, that's it, it's on, blah, 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 I'm gonna hear that, and I'm gonna take it and be like, all right, cool, I'll be ready to ride. When I see you, I see you. But, that ain't the case. I mean, subliminal this, all that, whatever. I mean, I take it for what it's worth, a zero. I mean, that's not beef to me. I got no problems with him, and he should have no problems with me. And if he does, he ain't made it official yet, because, I mean, we still keep it cool. We still talk on the phone once in a great while. He even called me on fucking New Year's with Capone on three-way. It's like we're still in touch, and it ain't no drama, ain't no nothing, I talk to Royal T every day, and he never really has anything bad to say about nobody. We just talk about business, And I deal with Capone all the time. I even, talk to Conejo's guys. Fucking, and I don't hear all this shit that a lot of people see on the net. I'm sure if they saw each other, maybe something would happen, I do business with, Spanky Loco 310 West. In the past, I've done business with Frank V. I do business with Night Owl all the time. Diablo, Slush the Villain, Shadow, all these guys. And everybody who has beef on mic, I'm sure if they seen the guy they're dissing on the streets, they'll probably handle it, because that's what real men do. You back up what you say. So I say one of my tracks, say what you say, but back up those words, or get dropped face first on the concrete curb. And that's the truth, man. If someone disses me and they want beef, then they know they're going to have it. But to me, it's just not official yet. You know what I mean? It's like, whatever, I ain't tripping. They're doing their thing. I ain't hating. I'm doing my thing. And that's what we do, Low Profile Records backs up their shit, and Teen Angel Records backs up my shit, I mean, I don't ride for their beef. They don't ride for my beef. We're our own thing. Everybody knows that. I mean, I did one record with them, True Blue, and I represented with them, and when I'm with them, if something's going to happen, I can get caught up just as easily as everybody else. I'm not going to be like, no, I ain't riding with you today, Fuck it. If you're my homie, we're going to ride. If something happens and I'm there, I'm part of it, Bullets have no fucking name, If I'm chilling next to Capone and somebody don't like him, they might roll up and try to smoke him. I can get shot too, whatever, It's, every day is a fucking gamble, I'm not going to sit at home and wait for it to happen. I'm out on the streets making it happen. And fucking, if something happens to me, fuck it, it happens. And if something happens to somebody else, hey, they must have had it coming. Well, I'm not going to rap about it on a song. I'm not going to snitch myself out. Even on the Buster Killer songs, I never get specific, because really, that's like dry snitching. I mean, I talk about fuck a Buster, this and that, but I don't say no fucking, names. Or I might diss rappers, but I'm not going to get specific, start naming hoods and all that. I mean, I talk about Sereno hoods that are banging out there representing. I'm not going to be like, making gang shit, making beef shit, because really, I mean, if the shit ever hits the fan with any of this beef shit, I mean, fools are fucking stupid snitching on themselves. I mean, 'cause the DA, the fucking prosecutor, they could play that shit. That's fucking evidence, dog. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people don't realize. This is real life. I mean, you know, people really do get shot. I've been to shows where homies who are just in the stands, they get shot. I mean, it sucks. You know, real gangsters listen to this music. They don't, you know, be bumping all this other shit. I'm sure some of them do, but the majority of the people I run into who are real fools, catted down gang members who've done time, listen to this music, and they take it like, you know, somebody said on your thing, do I feel responsible for promoting gang violence and this and that? I mean, sometimes, yeah, I do feel guilty because, you know, motherfuckers listen to my shit. I bet, you know, it's sad to say, but, you know, I bet motherfuckers bump my shit when they're out there putting in work, you know. And I remember one time I got pulled over by a cop in Fontana, and he's like, "You're a Payaso?" He's like, "How come every time I pull over a gang member out here, they got your CD?" And at first I was like, "Hell yeah, that's gangster." I'm like, that's fucked up too. I mean, you know, I make real music. Everything I say in my raps is fucking based on a true story. You know what I mean? It's like I really do drink. I really do smoke weed. You know, I've experimented with other dope too. You know, you know, I got straps because fuck that. I ain't going out like a fucking bitch. If somebody's trying to get me, they're gonna get capped. And you know, I got lowriders. I'm out there, you know, partying with hyenas with the homies and in the streets, and that's where it counts, and that's what people want to hear. They don't want to hear no bullshit about no fucking diamond grills and fucking this and that, and fucking if that ain't what's going on in their life, you know, they want to hear the real. So that's what I try to give them. I'm not making this shit. It was here before I was here, and it's gonna be here after I'm gone. I mean, gang shit is never gonna die because young people want to feel like they're a part of something. And society is fucked anyways. I mean, they fucking were victims of the system. You know, once you get locked up, everybody knows you're fucking trapped, you know, probation, parole, all that shit. They can fuck with you whenever they want. And gang injunctions, you can't even stand outside with your homie on the streets without getting fucked with or getting arrested. I mean, it's fucked up, man, and that's what I rap about. I rap about the real shit, and, you know, I hope people feel it because it's coming from the real. You know, fools maybe living in suburbia might not understand it, but it's true shit.
Is there anything else that you want to say at the end of this interview?
Basically, I want to thank you, you know, for giving me time, and I want to apologize for lagging so long and not getting this interview done earlier. I want to give props to everybody who deserves it, and you know, fuck all busters, haters, and snitches, period. And what's up to, you know, Cisco from ChicanoRapMusic.com, the homie Jose, CDGuy619.com, my brother, Smiley, TeenAngelMagazine.com. You know, shouts out to everybody I fuck with, you know, from Low Profile Records, you know, what's up to the homie Capone, High Power Music, Spanky Local 310 West, Night Owl at Sawed Off, Bandit and Notorious Enemy. Pretty much everybody who's in the Chicano rap business, you know what I mean? Anybody who's, you know, buys the CDs, sells the CDs, promotes the CDs, and if it wasn't for you, you know, I wouldn't have a job, and the homies wouldn't get to hear, you know, this real shit. So keep doing what you're doing. Stay true blue. Stay down for the brown underground sound. And that's it. Payaso, Dukes Click. I'm out.